What's up guys, it's Dylan Gaming here, back with another video. And today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a tri-spinner with zip ties. And it's rarely cheap. It's not too expensive, but if you buy a lot of the multiple, then it will turn out expensive. But for me, I made a business and I'm selling them. I don't really make a business, I just sell it to people, to my friends and to my teammates that are on my sports team. And I will be teaching you guys how to make them. And all you guys need is some bearings. And those are for the outside. And these, I pre-put in the screws for the middle. I pre-cut them with a drill. And so that, because before it was hanging out, so I had to cut it down so it would be more comfortable and you could just hold it like that. And so this is the one I'm going to be using for the middle. It is ABEC 9s. And it did have red shields on both sides, but I took it off because the thing was rubbing against the screw, so I had to take it off so it will spin smoother. And these I bought pretty cheap. These are just for my sides, so they're just weights. So they're pretty cheap. I didn't really care if they're good or not. So I just bought cheap ones for the weights, because you're not even going to be spinning those anyways. Unless it's like this. And you could I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, this is the one I bought on Amazon. It's really cheap and it's really good. Spins for a long time. All ceramic bearings. Oh shoot, wrong side. As you can see, it's really good. It's I don't even think I need a metal spinner, but because I really like this one. It spins for really long and smooth, and you can balance it on your finger. It's really good. So yeah, if you want it, it's on Amazon. I'll probably put a link in the description so you guys could go check it out and go buy it. It's $25 for that. And so on with the video. All you need is a bearing for your center, 3 bearings for your outside, and this is optional, but I'm using this for the center. And what you gotta need zip ties, the main important part. And for mine, I bought colored zip ties since I'm selling it, so people could choose what colors they want. We got the large ones. We have medium ones, white medium ones. Put that aside. And we have the smalls. So this is all you'll need. This is all you'll need for the thing. And optional, a ruler. Since I'm sewing it, I need to make it perfect, and I don't want to mess up. And I want to have the exact measurements for the thing, so I have a ruler. You'll also need some cutters to cut the zip ties. So I'm just gonna screw this on really quick. So this is where it goes. So I cut it down so it fits perfectly, nothing's hanging out, it's smooth. I sanded it down. So yeah. So my friend, he wanted blue on the outside, so put the zip ties on the side. So what you'll need is 3 big zip ties. He wanted red, white, and blue. And then he wanted... Wait, I need to go check the order real quick, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back and I just looked at the order. So you'll need 3 medium size. And then for the last, you'll need at least 3, but you could have 6 optional, but I'm going to choose 6 because I have a lot of white and not a lot of people choose white, and more people choose colored, so I'm just going to use 6, and it looks better with 6 because it looks more, the color stands out more. So yeah, so what you'll need to do is start off, put all this stuff aside so you have more working space. You'll need to work on a flat surface so nothing's bothering you or anything. So first you need to grab one of the big zip ties, grab it, and then get another big zip tie, stick it in, and then you get the last zip tie and you put it through the one you just put in, and then so you have like a box kind of, and then they'll be connected, and then you just get the last one and you put it in the one you just put in. Then you'll have a big triangle, and you can just shorten it down. Don't go too short, because then you might have to like take these out to restart. So what I do 7 centimeters, because that's what worked best for me. So what you have to do is measure it from like this line to the end of this. So you don't want to measure it to like the end of here. You have to measure from here to right there. So yeah. So right now it's at 8. Just need to get it shorter. And do it for all of them. And the last one. Okay, so this is, you're gonna have a small triangle now. You can just put the ruler aside. What you gotta do now is see if it fits, which it does. I did this before. Then what you wanna do is cut the edges. So get my cutters. What I like to do, I don't like cutting it all the way. So I just leave some of it, so just in case anything happens. Like if I cut it too short and I need to undo it, this helps. So to undo it, you have to pull it back and then stick like something sharp in there and then just pull it out slowly. And that's how you undo a zip tie. But I'm not gonna show you how. So now I have this small triangle with some edge sticking out. And so I'll have this sort of shape. So what I wanna do now is grab the small ones and I like putting it this way so these things are facing out. Grab one of the bearings, get one of these small zip ties, put it under and just zip it through. And you don't want to have it too tight. You don't want to tighten it all the way, just tighten it so it doesn't like go all the way down here. Just tighten it so it doesn't move. And what you want to do is just do that for all of the corners. And I like having it on the same, so you see how this one's on the right? I'm going to do this one also on the right. And doing it from under, so doing it the exact same way, so it's the same thing. Symmetrical and everything. It's also on the right side. It's on the right. This one's on the right. And I'm going to do that for the last one. One more. Right now, I'm only going to do the 3. I'm not going to do all 6. I'm going to add the last 3 at the end. So once I put this one on, okay, so now after that, you'll have this. What you want to do is just push them to the edges so they just stay tight to the edges. What you do now is you put the small ones aside, get the medium ones, and you just hook them, not too tight, just hook them like that and put them to the side. Do that for all 3. And then you'll have these. So I just keeping them the same angle so you have all symmetrical. So what you do is you grab one of these, you put it through here, and then you just put it there and you just pull. And you see how it keeps going back up? You just gotta keep it there and just tighten it until it doesn't, don't tighten it too tight yet. You just tighten it so it doesn't move, so like that. And so you do that for all 3. It's symmetrical, so you gotta put it on the same way. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just gonna cut it and then show you after I'm done. So after you did all that, it should end up looking like this, with all these, with the middle ones just right there at the edge of the side ones, the side bearings. So what you want to do now is get the middle bearing and just stick it in there. So now you have the middle one. I'm going to take out the screw so it's not in the way. And so you have that. And so what you want to do is try to get as balanced as like possible. It doesn't have to be perfect right now because you could always adjust it later. So right now it looks pretty good. And so what you do now is you pull these down, these middle ones, you pull them down and then you tighten it each side. Don't like do too much of one side, you gotta do them equally. So like I just do 2 clicks, pull it down every time. And this one looks a little bit like not tight enough, so I do this one a little bit more. And then this one. See now, like the way that helps me is like the gaps between here. Gaps between here help me like to just determine which ones need more tightening. So this one's okay, and then this one needs more tightening. So I pull it down, then tighten at the same time. This one needs a lot more, so pull down, tighten it. So what you want to do is you just try to keep it in the middle as possible. So for me, I'm selling it, so I don't need to take out the bearings. Some people, they like don't put it as tight so they could take the middle bearing out or anything. But for me, I'm selling it and I don't want people like breaking it and complaining, so I put it as tight as I can. Like on these, it's super tight. There's barely any gaps on the sides, so that means you know it's tight. This is how the finished product spins, and here's the ones I made before. These are for all my friends that are buying it. And so yeah, that's what it's supposed to turn out. So I'm just gonna keep tightening these until it's perfect how I want them. I'm gonna tighten and pull the thing down until it's perfectly tight. So right now it's looking really good. I just wanna pull it super tight so the bearings don't come out. Just doing it equally for each. Okay, so right now it's really tight. That's good. They all look equal. No gaps. As you can see, no gaps. No gaps there, no gaps there, no gaps there. So it's all equal. I'm just gonna try to tighten it one more time. Okay, so now they're as tight as could be, and everything is centered. All the bearings are being covered. So yeah, looks balanced. You could always just slide the bearing around if it's not. So yeah, right now it looks balanced. And so what I'm gonna do now, try to tighten it one more time. And after that, I'm gonna cut the middle ones. So I gotta cut the edges. So now it will look like that. So after that, you have to tighten the edges. So tighten them super tight so these don't move out. So after I tighten them, it should look like that, and you could just cut it. So some people, like if you do only use one, you could, this is optional, but you could try to put it inside here so it's like not bothering the way. So let me cut these real quick. So once they're cut, you could slide these to the middle, but for me, I have two, so I could still put them in the middle, but I prefer them outside, so they look like that. But you could, if you're using one, you could put it in the middle so it's not in the way. So right now I'm just putting my second one on, making sure it's symmetrical, like I'm putting it on right. Tightening these. Remember, we're still putting it on the same way so it's all symmetrical. Well, if you don't mind, then just put it on whatever. Tighten it. Then you cut it again. So I'm gonna cut the blue things, the big ones. Oh geez, that one flew so far. I'm using nail clippers because right now I don't have any. I probably do somewhere, but I didn't have the time to look for the actual cutter, so I'm using nail clippers. It's like kind of weird. I don't know. I don't care. As long as it gets it done. So here's the finished product. Finished product. And then I just put the screw in. Screw at the back. And I also have super glue, like really good super glue that's like for metal and stuff, that so it doesn't come out. So these, they're snug. The screw cannot come out. These things, the middle part, cannot come out. It's really tight. It's tight, no gaps, nowhere. So it's perfectly tight. Shouldn't fall. The only con about this is like if it drops too much, it could break. The zip ties could come undone or something like that. Like from my experiences, people dropped it and it broke. And so yeah, that's the only con about this. And also another thing, you have to get a good middle, like so people don't complain. And so yeah, I got ABEC 9s. I don't know, they're okay, but they're not the best. But I didn't want to spend too much money on my first thing, so I just got ABEC 9s medium. This is the finished product, red, white, and blue. So yeah, this one is done, and hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Peace. Here's a short video of all the spinners that I made so far, not including the one in the video.